Welcome to the Billy Ho Forecast Show. Please subscribe and like the video. Remember, the more you share, the bigger we grow. Now, let's go! Hello, Billy Ho here. Today's show, we're going to dive into the Open Championship. FYI, the Billy Ho contest is live. We're doing 50 entries for the big major, and it is going to be $3 per entry. Still, same top two paid. So let's get that thing filled so we can have a big old payout for somebody who's not me, because I have managed to throw in my worst lineup in the Billy Ho just about every week since I can't even remember. So we're moving over to St. Andrews, the old course. I love that. The old course. They just said, you know what? It's the old course. That's what it is. Before we get started, I didn't not want to talk Scottish Open because everybody, especially in the Discord and myself included, we had a bad week. I didn't do as good a job lineup construction wise. I got almost everybody one way or another in like the top 10 coming into Sunday. Xander, I've got all the top dogs. I just wasn't able to construct a proper lineup to get more than 4 of 6 through the cut, which makes it hard to win. I guess I could call Lucas Herbert, the bad beat of the week. I mean, dude dropped 5 shots in his last 5 holes Friday to miss the cut on the number at +4. So, yeah, that's pretty bad beat. Now, okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the old course. It is a 7,300-ish par 72 links golf course. And it's pretty fascinating the way it's laid out. Both fairways and greens are each shared by 2 holes the entire way through it. So they got 2 fairways adjoined and 2 greens adjoined for pretty much almost every single hole. The fairways are a mix of fescue and bent grass. The greens are about half fescue, 50%. We'll call it 25% bent. Some POA and some other regional grass of the area type shit. The course is loaded, has about 112 bunkers, and you can really get into some shit if you find some numerous high grasses and gorse bushes that are strewn about this golf course. There's really hardly any water in play except for maybe the first hole and maybe 16. 18 has that, 1 and 18 has that little channel burn runs across it, but it's really only in play on number 1. Course is mostly laid out right in front of you. There's only a couple of dog legs, and the weather is a main defense. Zach Johnson won here in 2015 shooting 15 under. So if the wind isn't really, really bad, then you can go low. There will be some good scores. I think Tiger shattered the record like back in 2000. He won in 2005. I don't even think he hit driver. So we're going to take a look at some feature holes now, and courtesy of Golf Digest. It is a Flyover, and this is going to be hole number 1. Hole number 1 is a 376-yard par 4 straightaway. Any kind of iron off the tee in the fairway is going to leave you just a little wedge over this. They call it the Swilken Burn. You can see right here in the front. The second shot will have the opportunity to land on the green up here, and I believe it's a pretty easy birdie hole in my opinion. Hole number 5 is a 568-yard par 5. You need to keep left off the tee to avoid those rows of bunkers on your right. The fairway narrows at about the 300-yard mark, so players will need to adjust to that. The second shot will have the opportunity to land on this enormous green, and you can see these two pot bunkers up front look like they're on the green, but they're actually well short. They're about 80 yards short, I think. So you have to be careful on your second shot and your third shot. But this is a hole I feel like you can birdie pretty well. Go ahead and play it on out here. You can see the two pot bunkers right here, and you can see all the undulations. It could kick anywhere up close. Hole number 7 is a 373-yard par 4. This one actually doglegs slightly to the right. A drive short of the bunkers up here to the left at 300 yards is going to leave you just under a 100-yard pitch into a relatively receptive green. So this is a definite birdie hole. You just have to flip it right up there and you're in business. Hole number 9 is a 347-yard par 4. Easy driving hole, and some will consider maybe trying to go for the green with the run out and whatnot. You could lay one out here and run one up close, but either way, it's a really receptive green. So, with the run out and everything, you could get up there pretty close. You have to avoid these pot bunkers right here, but you get yourself up on the green and you should be able to make an easy par or, end up with a birdie. In just a second, and here we go. 387-yard par 4. You see how this is going. It's 350 to 400-yard par 4s all day. This one runs parallel to hole number 9, but in the opposite direction. You need to be right off the tee over here to avoid those gorse bushes over here on your left. You do not want to be in those gorse bushes. If you find the fairway over here, it's going to be another short pitch shot. I mean, you see where we're going here on these scoreable holes. So basically, irons off the tee, smart golf, position golf, hit good wedges, and make putts. And when you don't hit good wedges, you have to be able to be a little savvy around the green here. And hole number 12, 316-yard par 4. That's what it says, but I'm pretty sure it's going to play the back tees, which is 348-yard par 4. So remember that. I don't know that it's going to be drivable because you can see all this trouble right here in the middle of the fairway. The smart play is going to be pretty much iron off the tee. I'm going to say a smart play would be the 3-iron up the left side over here, and you probably end up right just short of these grasses. And then you're going to have an 80 to 100-yard pitch shot. So there's no sense in getting stupid. I think back in 2015, Paul Casey tried this, and he made like a triple bogey and ruined his whole week. So he basically shot himself right out of the tournament. He was in contention. So smart golf. That is the word of the day. Hole number 14, 604 yards, par 5. I think it'll play more like 614. Off the tee must be down the left side to avoid the out of bounds on your right over here. You definitely don't want that. You catch one of them now hook going to the right slices and you're done. It's vital to know, and on your second shot, it is absolutely vital to avoid this dude right here. This is what they call hell. It's a gigantic 25-foot wide and 10-foot deep bunker for your second shot. Players often will probably lay up more to the left over here, so that'll give them a good angle in for their third shot. This hole also typically plays into the wind, so it's going to make it even more difficult. I really love this. Is probably my favorite hole on the golf course. If you've ever seen anybody try to hit over a 10-foot I think Jack Nicklaus had this years ago, and it took him 3 or 4 shots just to get out of this bunker. So you're almost dead because if it ends up anywhere close to this wall, I mean, you're probably going backwards to get out of it. It's tough sledding, people. Hole number 17 is a 498-yard par 4, double dog leg with a blind tee shot over the top of this little hotel complex here. And this is a tough approach shot once you get out there. It's probably as tough as you'll ever see in golf. The green is nearly impossible to hit. I'll show you as soon as we get up here. So you better have your around the green game on point on this one, y'all. And of course, they call it the road hole, I do believe, because of this road in the back. So you're going to have to be kind of careful here because you got this giant pot bunker. You can see the undulations downhill this way over the top of the green and your dead meat. And so bailout area over here to the left, I'd say. And, you know, I don't know, maybe if you're in this pot bunker, it's not the worst thing in the world. If you're in toward the back, you could throw it out softly and not run it off the green or anything. So, man, this hole is nasty. Now, I guess they get the hard hole out of the way on 17, because if you roll up on this next hole, and I have to show you 18, I mean, that's just obvious. Hole number 18 is the classic finishing hole. It's another sub 400, 357-yard par 4. You can drive it. I heard word today that Tiger Woods, y'all, drove his bitch today. So it's wide open fairway. The burn is way up front, so there's no problem with that. You do have to avoid out of bounds on the right and actually on the left if you really hook one. But, you lay a drive out here anywhere, it's pitch and putt, or, you try to run it up close and get your around the green game. But it could pay off. You take that big risk reward and, you just might find yourself champion golfer of the year. I just wanted to jump in here right quick and cover just the future forecast weather-wise. And, anything can change, but this is looking kind of like it did this week at the Scottish Open, in my opinion. You've got 15-mile-an-hour and 20-mile-an-hour gusts dipping in and out. It's pretty consistent all during the day. And then over the weekend, it's going to get real nasty Saturday, but that could be Sunday or it could be Friday. You know how weather does. It either comes early or it takes its time and comes late. But I just wanted to give you all a quick glance at what we might be looking at. This is the RAF airport. It's going to start and end with those par 4s, 14 par 4s. Remember that? Only 2 par 3s and only 2 par 5s. Precision driving, like I said, and great wedge play with a tight short game is what's going to be needed. When I told you back in 2005, I don't think Tiger pulled driver out of the bag. He might have hit it once or twice. So irons off the tee, you're going to get run out. I don't see any kind of major storm systems in the future. I don't think they've had much rain lately, just like Scottish Open. So it's also with these big, giant double greens, 3-putt avoidance. Now, there's only one hole on the entire course that the greens go front to back. And I can't remember which one it was. Most of the greens are side to side when they're adjoining. So if you're left or right of the pin that you're aiming at, you might be 100 feet away. And so I don't know if 3-putt avoidance is good here, because Augusta is the biggest greens I can think of off the top of my head. And I don't know that there are all that many 100+ feet putts, unless you're way wild. So I don't know. It is what it is. Now, this is my open model, and this is what I've done since I don't care about distance, and I don't really care. I mean, you could do fairways gained if you want to, that's fine. But I just did good drives, and that's the ones where no matter if you're in the fairway or in the rough, that you hit your green in regulation. 2 2 and 4, 3 and 5, that type of thing. Of course, I've got big approach numbers here, tee to green, because major champions are all around players. I threw a little putting in here, of course, that 3-putt avoidance. And then I told you the 350 to 400 par fours, nearly every hole I just went over has about that range. There are some, you can go look at it whenever you get a chance, but those are the scoring holes. DK points, birdie or better gained. That's what I'm digging on. So let's talk about players. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. Everybody's going to like Rory. He is actually the highest priced golfer. Scotty number 2, Rahm number 3, and I'm really disappointed in Rahm's game. We all thought that he had solved his problems with the around the green and putting. Not so much this week. He shot 4 over yesterday. Really hard to pay 10, 8, 11K for a guy that is just muddling along. Even if he just finished his 13th like he had been, that's still a slight disappointment. It ain't going to kill your lineup, but you'd really like him at least in the top 5 competing on Sunday. So maybe Rory Rahm, not 100% sure, not 100% feeling JT. Now his ownership may plummet. He's ranking pretty high in the model here. And this one here is actually my win model, moderate to windy AF. So I wanted to get an idea on wind conditions just in case it does get bad. So that's a decent sample size. I may go 2 years and may go all last 50 rounds. This other model here is my recent form model, last 6 months. That's the one I wanted to see 3-putt avoidance on, so I could see which guys are struggling in that department. But like I said, that's gonna be a little bit noisy in my opinion. People are going to be jacking up 3-putt avoidance, but how many of these greens have we seen lately? Seriously, 5,000 square feet, 4,500 square feet. So 3-putt avoidance in the last 3 months, I don't know. I may have to do a custom model with just the giant biggest greens I can possibly think of, and then do 3-putt avoidance that way, because 3-putt avoidance at RBC Heritage, hell of a lot different. These are greens or double greens. They're hugely wide, so you got to be careful. Now, Morikawa, I really want to say yes to Kawa, but he was once again bad around the green and struggled putting, missed the cut by a mile. But, with him, he might come back and just be the short game wizard again. So I don't know what to do with him just yet. He might roll. X and Fitz are going to be very popular. This is one guy right here at 9,500. He's probably going to be popular, but I'm hoping maybe he goes a little bit overlooked with how well Cantlay's playing today, and everybody loves him, some Willie Z, and then you just got Xander. I mean, somebody's going to have to pay. I mean, Lowry might go a little overlooked. DJ will get 0 ownership. Decky's probably not going to get a hell of a lot of love, and Hovland has just been on the struggle bus lately. Burns might get some love, but I mean, Cam Smith, I hope I don't get like tunnel vision on this guy, but he's got everything you would possibly want. Now, good drives, he's not as great, but remember what I told you, these are irons off the tee. So as long as he's smart, which sometimes he's not off the tee, but I think he's matured, he's just rolling on approach. And the tee to green game's solid, and he's a great putter. He's a good 3-putt avoidance guy. And the dude makes birdies in bunches, and he's number 1 over the last 6 months in my 350 to 400 range. So I'm really going to be looking into Cam Smith. Now, some other guys down here. Fleetwood's going to be popular. Corey Connors was meh this week, and everybody's going to be talking up Corey Connors because he's fairways and greens, and he's a great wedge player. I don't know, man. I'm really going to have a hard time with him. Homa and Neiman both will probably have some popularity because they're kicking off this 7K, 8K range here. And Berger is out. He's already withdrawn. He's still having back issues. Poor guy. Bobby Mack has got a good open record. So we'll have to see. Cam Young, I gave him a shot this week. He's just doesn't seem quite ready for the European style of golf. Leishman, I think, competed here in 2015. Possibility. I'm going back to Webb. I hate to say it. He's really been bad off the tee. He missed the cut at John Deere, which was just amazing to me because he was just butt average and everything. He lost off the tee. He lost on approach, and he just missed the cut. You know, that's a birdie fest. If you're just butt average, you're going to be missing the cut. Now he gets to come here and a place where he can hit some irons off the tee. He's got bigger fairways, and maybe he can dial in some irons and use his around the green game. He's made like the last several cuts at the Open Championship on other courses. This course may suit him pretty well. So we'll be on the lookout for Webb. Tiger Whizzles drove the green. He's going to be the talk of the town this week. He missed the last major, but he's coming to St. Andrews where he's won twice, 2000, 2005, dominated both times around, but that was when he was Tiger Woods, the absolute best player on planet Earth by 100 miles. Now he's old man Tiger Woods, and he's just playing 3 tournaments a year. So busted up Tiger Woods. I shouldn't ride on him like that, but he might be good this week. I mean, he might be worth a cut. I don't know what his upside's going to be. He's not going to have to hit a lot of drivers. I think he can hit irons off the tee and maybe 5 woods or hybrids and stuff. That's what you'll probably see off the tee a lot too. Some of these guys hit hybrids. Billy Hustle, I think I'm going to be down with. I already preached on that in the Discord. So looking at Billy Ho, be looking at Seamus Power. And that's all for now, though. I'll be getting into it with hopefully David. I haven't contacted him yet, but the DFS chef on Twitter. Hopefully he'll be my guest. And that's going to wrap it up for the old Billy Hustle show. Hope you liked it. I kind of did something new with the featured holes there. I thought it was a really neat thing to see. I'll put the link to that flyover in my video. Go check it out because it just takes you right through the course. It's a great flyover, gives you a good chance to see everything on the course. Remember, join the contest, give a like, subscribe to the channel. I hope to get up to maybe 130 or more subscribers this week since it's a big major. So let's get on it and just get me closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be a haul, but we're going to do it. I'm not giving up on this. It's been getting better and better. I feel like I'm better. I feel like you're better. So let's all be better together. Till the next show. Peace.